Man, he jumps into it.
No, that was great stuff. I will say that. I almost wanted to say thank you for saying that, because that's not said very much. The lyrics themselves, with everybody's going to die and you can put my body wherever.
Put my ashes in a trash bag. I forgot about that line.
I wouldn't go that far. I kind of want my body to be cared for a little more, but I get what he's saying.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris.
I'm Brett.
We're back with another NF reaction video. This one was the most requested one by far in the comments. And so...
Is that because it's like his biggest seller, or...
I don't know. I think they want to hear pastors react to this. And so, people
so
did
it's
ask
got
that.
more pastoral.
Yeah. So he's the lead pastor, and I'm the next gen pastor.
Someone said, is the older gentleman the one that we can presume is the pastor?
Yeah.
That was a very good guess. Yes,
So-
a much older gentleman, but yeah.
So I am a pastor,
You are a
but
pastor.
of the youth variety. So, but yeah, and NF's new album drops this Friday. So
coming up.
I'm excited.
I'm actually excited too.
Wow. We've made a convert, guys.
Never been excited about an upcoming
We
NF
did
album
it.
before.
So we'll react to some of those. I don't know
Yeah.
what we're going to do with that, but probably not the whole album at once. But yeah, so we're going to react to Oh Lord, and then we need some more suggestions of what we should react to next from
Yeah, please
NF
do that.
and all that. So, all right, let's jump in. It's been a while since I've heard some of these, so we're going to jump in.
It's been forever since I've heard one of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I die, put my ashes in the trash bag. I don't care where they go. Don't waste your money on my gravestone. I'm more concerned about my soul. Everybody's gonna die. Don't everybody live though? Sometimes I look up to the sky and wonder, do you see us down here? Oh Lord.
Man, he jumps into it.
No, that was great stuff. I will say that. I almost wanted to say thank you for saying that, because that's not said very much. And I also like the fact that it was acoustic intro. It reminded me of Johnny Cash Hurt a little bit when it first started. And then, but I didn't expect that from a hip hop thing. Like, I like that. But the lyrics themselves, with everybody's going to die and you can put my body wherever.
Put my ashes in a trash bag. I forgot about that line.
I wouldn't go that far. I kind of want my body to be cared for a little more, but I get what he's saying.
It's like, don't waste your money on a gravestone. I mean, he's just like, that doesn't matter. I'm more concerned about my soul. I'm more concerned about what is really important in life. And so that's...
Yeah. No, it was. And then the whole thing of everybody's going to die, but not everybody lives, which is said by someone back there. It's been said many times. But on the other hand, it is. That's one of those things that we need to say thank you for saying that, because that's something that not enough of us think about.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Oh Lord, do you see us down here? Oh Lord, oh Lord, do you see us down here? Oh Lord, oh Lord, do you see us down here? Oh Lord, oh Lord. Listen, yeah, everybody wants change. Don't nobody wanna change though. Don't nobody wanna pray. Till they got something to pray for. Now
Okay, I love those 2 points. You know, everybody wants change, but no one wants to change, which is kind of funny on one hand, but very, very true. I mean, we all want to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves, and then no one wants to pray until they have something to pray for, and we all fall in that trap. You know? Like, I haven't prayed in a long time, but I just got diagnosed with cancer. Oh, okay. Jim Gaffigan does a whole thing on that. Like, all of a sudden, you know, you didn't believe in me in college, but all of a sudden you're talking to me like there's no tomorrow. So
I also noticed that the word listen was spelled wrong. That bothered me.
yeah, well, at least that wasn't us, right? We're watching
somebody
a
made this lyric video. But yeah, I mean, it's a good point of like, nobody wants to, like, everybody wants change, but they don't want to change themselves. And so it's like, oh, we need these things to change. But every line, bars. He's dropping bars.
But I was getting impatient with he was repeating, do you see us down there? I was starting to get, okay, please move on. I was,
I think he
right.
repeats that a lot, so get ready.
Okay.
everybody's gonna die, but don't everybody live though? Sometimes I look up to the sky and wonder, do you see us down here? Oh Lord, oh Lord, do you see us down here? Oh Lord, oh Lord, do you see us down here? Oh Lord, oh Lord, do you see us down here? these things. We look in the sky like, why ain't you listening? Watching the news in our living rooms on the big screens and talking about if God's really real and where is he? You see, the same God that we're saying might not even exist becomes real to us, but only when we're dying in bed. When you're healthy, it's like we don't really care for him then. Leave me alone, God, I'll call you when I need you again, which is funny.
Man, all that is so.
It was a good sermon.
Yeah. Well, we talked about how some of the other ones remind us of Psalms. Some of the Psalms.
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head what psalm it is, but there's one where he's like, "Wake up, God!" Like where?
Where are you?
You can't say that to God. He's like, "Wake up!" And he's like, "Whoa, what?" And so it's kind of he's saying people say that, but then they don't want to like do anything with God. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll bring him up when it's like, why is this disaster happening?" and thing like that.
Yeah, it is interesting that one of the things I think we don't understand about how God operates is that he's revealed to us what we should do. And if I used to think about this, like if for 24 hours and
sorry.
You didn't think it was that good of a point? I thought it was great.
No, sorry.
Like, too bad. We're moving on. What if everybody in the world took 24 hours and did exactly what God said to do? How much would change just with that? I think it would be nearly miraculous in the restoration that would happen. But a lot of times things don't go well and we blame God. But then again, and the Bible's very consistent on that. So he's tapping into an idea that the Bible holds, especially this whole idea of when we prosper, we tend just to go our own way. I'm healthy, I'm doing well, I've got enough money. That's it's a cycle in the Bible that God shows us, and then we get in trouble, and then we say, oh, by the way, would you come down here and rescue us?
Yeah, I'll call you when I need you again. Like it's that idea of I rely on God when it works for me, but when other times, so don't tell me what to do. I'll do what I want.
Yeah. And that's a very human thing. It's the pattern we all do. I mean, that's just kind of how we are, but it's cool that he's putting
No, but that's true. Yeah, it's that pattern of things are good, so I don't have to pray.
Sure.
And things go bad, so pray all the time.
Everyone will sleep in abused and blame God for our problems like he's sleeping on you. We turn our backs on him. What do you expect him to do? It's hard to answer prayers when nobody's praying to you. I look around at this world we walk on. It's a smack in the face. Don't ever tell me there's no God. And if there isn't, then what are we here for? And what are y'all doing down there? I don't know, Lord.
So, I guess a lot that really was great stuff in there. I will say that, but I also am curious about and we talked a little bit about his Christian background, but is this like inside the world of just normal hip hop? If I might listen to one thing that's definitely not Christian, but is he in the mainstream of just what people are listening to
now? Yeah. So this,
how far back was this?
This was great. I don't know, 2016 maybe 2017.
Okay.
So this was this one he had like a massive fan base. It was like that was very loyal to him in this era, but then it's grown more and more so.
Okay.
Especially with The Search, that's when things really started to take off for him. There's another song, I think it was during The Search maybe, that dropped that like was a radio hit and all that stuff, and that's when people started hearing more about him. And a lot of people on that thought he was Eminem, but sorry, I know people don't like that.
Sure. But the reason I ask is because as I hear, and I'm assuming again, I don't know what good hip hop versus bad hip hop is. I don't have my ears tuned to it, but are these words being spoken into the culture that's also saying other things? Which I think would be great, because that is, I was celebrating the fact that, because that's genuinely good stuff. I like the subject matter. I like the fact that he's confronting people, but in a way that's reflective, and it's not preaching down. It's more, hey, are we really thinking things through with life?
And I would. Are you saying, do other hip hop artists do this? Or
no, I'm just saying, is his voice heard as much as other just as famous? So if I'm listening along to all the popular ones, I hear him on my Spotify playlist. I mean,
so he is becoming more and more popular, and that's what, like, you don't hear a lot about him in mainstream stuff, but Chance the Rapper, I don't know if you know Chance the Rapper, but he dropped an album same day as NF one time, and NF was number one that day and not Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
And so,
well, the reason I say that again, I would love for people to hear it in the world. I love that voice being out there saying those things in the way that he's saying it.
And that's why I'm excited about the Hope album, because I think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be a lot more like, hey, there's hope in Christ, and I think more than ever, he's got a bigger voice in the mainstream than he has before. So at this point, maybe not so much, but people go back and listen.
Yeah, absolutely, they'll listen to his catalog. Sure.
Your favorite part?
It's the part where will be going through my head the rest of the day too, which is a good thing.
Do you see us down here, oh Lord? Can you see us down here, oh Lord? Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Well, I made fun of it, but I do like the fact that he's saying it as a question instead of a statement. It's not as sentimental as some Christian stuff is, or sappy, or any of that. I like the fact that he put it in question form. I think it causes them to reflect a little bit more on the theme of the whole thing, which is, think about life, think about meaning, and do you care about God only as a rescue, and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, and so I think like with him. I always do that. I always start it over. Right. But yeah, and I really like that song because it is, that questioning of, Lord, do you see what's going on down here? And then his answer is like, yes, the Lord sees it, but you don't really care until things are really bad.
Exactly, which we all do. We kind of tend to look at God as the rescuer. That's his job. People looked at Jesus that way. They would love the fact that he healed, but he actually judged them later because they just said, thanks for the healing. See ya.
Yeah. So, hey, thanks for listening. This was Oh Lord by NF. And subscribe. And
that one was my favorite so far.
Yeah. Well, good. And
great sermon.
So we'll,
my last one for sure. Yeah.
But we'll be back hopefully next week with some new stuff from NF.
All right.
I'm really excited.
All right,
all right. Thanks.